How do you fit a lot of boat into a small footprint? Well, there's some obvious things you can do, like tucking your cooler under the leaning post, opening up the cockpit with something like a fold-away bench seat at the transom. But you have to do more than that. You have to create spaces that have multiple uses. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This leaning post isn't just a leaning post, it's also a table. And on top of that, it also turns into an aft-facing seat, so when you get where you're going, you drop the hook, you're ready to fish, you got a comfortable spot to sit down. You know, things like this are why the 230 Outrage won an Innovation Award in 2017. I can guarantee you one thing right now, this is a whole lot more comfortable than that old flip-back cooler seat that a lot of us are used to. And it's not the only example of comfortable seating on this boat. Come on up front, let's look at some more. Up in the bow, instead of just having the usual flanking bow seats, Whaler creates this sort of a horseshoe-shaped seat. And what this does is it allows them to build a larger stowage compartment right up front here, up forward, instead of having two smaller ones on the sides. And that's not the only example of smart stowage on this boat. Check out the forward console seat and this forward deck box. Life jacket stowage under the T-top. And there's a surprising amount of stowage inside the console head compartment. It's really quite roomy in there. You also have rod stowage up here in the bow. There are 4 vertical holders, 2 on each side, but these are plastic. So tell me something, why'd you use plastic?
Well, these parts are actually off the previous model year, 220 Outrage. The product was very successful in the market for about 8 years. So we've mined some of that warranty data that would suggest that these aren't going to be a problem for the customer.
I see, so the history makes you comfortable with using that part.
Exactly, plenty of history here throughout the boat as well.
And you know, another thing that struck me up here in the bow is this horseshoe-shaped seating. That's become something of an Outrage trademark, hasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has. We actually notched outboard into the bow here to get you a little bit more width, maximizing every single square inch of the boat.
So we're right back to fitting more boat into a smaller package.
Absolutely.
But enough gab. Let's go for a boat ride. With 350 Mercury horses on the transom of this boat, at 4,000 RPM we were cruising at right around 27 miles an hour while burning right about 10 gallons per hour. Hey, that's 2.7 miles to the gallon. That's pretty darn good. And at wide open throttle, we tore up the water at 51.5 miles an hour. And I gotta tell you, this hull chews through a chop. That was a lot of fun. Whaler's glass foam glass construction method really does make for a solid ride. But don't take my word for it. If you think the 230 Outrage might be the right boat for you, take one for a test drive. Just be ready to yell, yeehaw!